Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name's Colette and I'm here to do a reading today for all you Librans who are Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Libra. If you don't know where those placements are, there will be a natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check them out. I would suggest you specifically check out your Venus placement because this is a Venus read. It is a follow-on read from the other two reads that I've already done. I did originally started off with the you and question mark read, and then I moved into the Venus retrograde read, kind of going a bit deeper into the actual Venus retrograde itself. And now that Venus has turned direct, I've decided to continue the readings with the Venus direct love reading. So seeing what's changed for you, if anything has changed for you. Also, you cross watchers who are in a relationship with a Libra, you want to have a relationship with a Libra, or you have had a relationship with a Libra, you may also want to check out your natal chart description box down below so that you could also find out for yourself what's happening for you astrologically. Venus is turning, or has turned direct, and she's now moving back over the spot in the sky for the third time, the same area. So that's 05 degrees to 21 degrees of Gemini that she's moving through, and she will be right up until the end of July. So we've still got another month to go until Venus gets out of her own shadow. So you may want to check out, like I was saying, your own Venus sign, but check out also the read that relates to wherever your Venus sign is that I may have already done or I will be putting out in the future. So as usual, if you've watched any of my Venus reads, I have separated the cup cards here. These are all the water cards as they are known in the Good Tarot deck. And today, Libra, you have got the card of the Page of Water come out. And what I was picking up with when I was looking at this card, I was picking up on this kind of something that is quite playful. Something that has a kind of innocence about it, something that's kind of a new energy that's come in. I get a feeling of it could also be quite kind of overwhelming, something that you've not experienced before, maybe a new type of relationship, or looking at how you yourself behave in a relationship. But this talks to me about a real kind of playfulness. This is always seen as, for me, a kind of dressing up box card. It's like she's gone to the dressing up box and she's found all these bits and pieces and she's kind of dressed herself up. So there could also be a sense of awkwardness here as well, in the sense that you may kind of still be kind of finding your feet within this relationship. I feel that it's new. I feel that this isn't something that has been long term, but you're kind of riding the waves with it as well. I feel riding the emotions. There's a lot of, like I was saying, there's a lot of emotion. And although there's a kind of playfulness and a joyfulness in this, there's also quite a strong sense of maturity, like somebody beyond the wisdoms, beyond their age perhaps, here as well. Maybe somebody who's experienced quite a lot of pain in a relationship before as well. Because the Page of Water or the Page of Cups can also signify somebody who's just beginning to allow themselves to love again after a period of time of kind of hiding themselves away, which is kind of what I'm feeling here with this energy here as well. She's now kind of coming out, and the way that she's holding her dress up is kind of saying to me that she's kind of saying, you know, I'm ready to show myself to the world again here. I'm ready to experience whatever it is that I'm going to experience in this relationship. And there is these two lotus flowers or lilies, whichever you prefer to call them. To me they look like lotus flowers, but they kind of for me represent the two cups energy as well. So two people coming together who are very similar, I feel, as well. I think you've got a lot of similarity here, a lot of kind of maybe you've had similar experiences, and maybe that's why there's this connection with you. But I feel as though you're both wanting something quite light, quite playful, quite easygoing. So we'll see what else comes out for you here, Libra. I'm going to use 2 decks of cards, one deck for yourself, Libra. I will be using the Gilded Tarot for yourself and the Mythic Tarot deck for cross-watcher or the person you have an emotional connection with. But just be aware that the cards can be crossed over, so you may feel that the other deck of cards suits yourself better, and vice versa, whichever way resonates best for you. So cusp Libras as well, you're going to be at the 0 degree point of Libra, just moving out of the Virgo energy, so you may want to check out your Virgo or the Virgo read previous to your sun sign. And the other end, you're going to be 29 degrees, 57, 58, 59, moving into the Scorpio energy. So you may also want to check out the Scorpio read when I put that one out later as well. So let's see what's going on for you, Libra. What's happening with Libra? With this Page of Water energy here. Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, Cusp. What's happening with Libra and the person? They have this energetic, emotional, physical, mental, spiritual connection with. What is the energy around Libra and the person they have their connection with? I do feel as though it's a new connection. Was there one that's just jumped over there? Am I imagining? Nope, there is. Well, that's interesting because this card came out for Virgo. So you may want to check out your Virgo reading. This is at the very end of their reading, so it could literally be kind of bleeding into your reading, so to speak. The 9 of Pentacles is about self-worth, self-confidence, feeling good about yourself, feeling very feeling so you kind of reached a point of almost completion. The 9 is very close to the 10, which is the completion energy, but I'm also feeling here this kind of sense of success as well. Just really good energy, just a really good solid like you're just feeling really good about yourself. There's just this, and it's not in an arrogant way, it's just kind of like proud. There's a proudness here. There's a kind of sense of like, you know, I have done this, I have achieved this, I got myself to where I am now, I have managed to do this. I may have had help along the way, other people may have supported me, but at the end of the day, I did it. Nobody else has done it. you've done it, Libra. You have done it, because it's always the individual who takes the action. Nobody can do that for you. They can be there to help you and to guide you, but when it actually comes to the action and the work that you have to put in to achieve something, that's down to yourself. So there is a lot of growth within this card as well, I feel. I feel as though there's a lot of growth, a lot of kind of learning possibly as well. That you've learned a lot along the way here, Libra. Butterflies there as well, and they kind of relate to transformation. So you may have gone through quite a lot of changes to actually get to where you are as well. But you've been open to those changes. But what you have over the top as your crossing card, the King of Swords, which can be an energy of maybe holding back on things. Communication. And the colour's interesting for me because the colour is turquoise and purples, and the purple always talks of the kind of higher crown chakra, and the turquoise is always the throat and the heart energy, the blue and the green, which make up the turquoise, and she's kind of wearing this very blue dress as well. So there may be, I'm kind of feeling that there may also be messages for you coming from a higher sense of understanding of things here. The sword is pointing down in this card as well, which is good. It means that you're not wanting to argue here, and I feel that this is kind of this energy of playfulness, of like kind of like being open, but there it is your block, it is your challenge here. Your challenge, I feel, is to be open communicatively, to open yourself to communication, to allow yourself to speak your mind but to also be aware of higher wisdom and higher knowledge that you possibly, which I think has maybe got something to do with this learning as well, which I was saying earlier with this 9 here, this kind of growth and this learning, that you've learnt a lot on the way, but you're still kind of keeping it to yourself. You may be reluctant to share that at this moment in time. You may not be ready to express fully. But I feel as though you've learnt on a deeper level here. Could have something to do with the teacher as well, somebody who teaches, or you yourself may be teaching others, or there's things that you need to teach others, but you're kind of reluctant here. I'm not taking all those, I will take that one. So the 7 of Pentacles has come out in reverse, which is interesting because you've got the 9 here and the 7, which is in your head, Libra, what you're aware of here. It's a card of harvest, but it's also a card of dilemma as well. It's kind of knowing when's the right time. When's the right time to gather in the harvest? Because if you leave it too late, then obviously the harvest will be ruined. But if you try too early, then the harvest isn't going to be ready. So it's this kind of dilemma. I feel as though you're in this kind of headspace of dilemma, which is interesting because at the heart of this reading, with this card here, you're feeling quite confident about things. But you are keeping things to yourself. There's something that you're keeping to yourself here. And the Seven of Pentacles can also be like somebody offering you something that you don't know whether or not the offer is a good offer or whether it's something that's going to lead you. So it could have something to do with this energy here as well. As I was saying, this kind of playfulness, this kind of wanting something light and easy, but at the same time, whatever this person is offering, you're kind of not sure where it's heading. Where it's heading, is it going to be fruitful? Is it just fun? Is there going to be, you know, is there going to be rewards at the end of it, or a harvest? Or, you know, if I put my time, my energy and my effort into it, will it be, am I wasting my time even? There could be elements of that as well. It may be also this person comes across to you as being somebody who is also possibly kind of hiding something, or not hiding something, but isn't kind of showing their true self. There could be elements of that there for some of you Librans as well. Or is just beginning to reveal their true self to you, and you may be kind of questioning that part of the relationship. Because I feel that it has got you in this dilemma. It has put you in this dilemma if you don't know whether to maybe even cut your losses and run here. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You're working with what's moving away is the Hierophant energy in reverse. Again, I get this feeling that it's something you want, something light. Maybe this person wants something much more. The Hierophant is about faith. It's about what we put our faith in. It's tradition. It can be to do with marriage. It can be to do with somebody who's very again, it can be the kind of teacher. The Hierophant represents the Pope. It also represents, originally the word Hierophant or Pope comes from Pontifex, and Pontifex was the bridge between the two realms as well. Which could also have something to do with this card here as well. I do kind of feel on some level that you are kind of tuning in, shall we say, to something higher, but you may not necessarily be open to receiving those messages. Open to becoming more or doing more with it. It could also be what this Seven of Pentacles is about here as well. That you're kind of closed off. And that you're just wanting to keep your life light and easy and fun and playful, and there's a sense of things getting kind of heavy and somebody kind of wanting more than you are able to give or willing to give at this time. But I also just get this sense with this King of Swords of it being a lot to do with your own kind of opening up to something bigger, like the divine energy. Maybe that's also what this Page of Water is about here, these kind of early stirrings of kind of seeing through something. Like the world as you saw it is no longer as you see it now, but you're kind of keeping that to yourself. And I feel that you have been kind of questioning, and you have been kind of looking deeper, and you have been growing from it. That's what I was feeling earlier, this kind of growth here, this kind of transformation with these butterflies as well. But you have been questioning, maybe you've even been questioning your own faith here and your own belief in things. But it's almost like with the King of Swords covering that Nine of Pentacles, I feel as though it's kind of you keeping quiet. And it's like what you've learnt, it's not secretive. It's not that you're being secretive about it. It's kind of that you're just maybe processing it in your own head at this time. Kind of trying to work it out for yourself, trying to work out where you stand with it all, how you feel about it all. What it means to you personally. May also have been something that's happened that has been kind of a shock. Might have kind of come as an enlightening moment in a way, sudden realization about something. A kind of deeper understanding of the world that is not how you thought it was. It's kind of what I'm picking up here. And again, there's this sense of you just wanting to keep things light and easy and breezy and easygoing, and it's kind of overwhelming. There's a kind of sense of overwhelming, and you're kind of trying to stay above it all maybe as well with this Page of Water here. So, what's going on in the subconscious realm here, please, for Libra? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, Libra energy. And their energetic connection, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Person they have this energetic relationship with on all levels. Okay, we've got far too many cards come out there. come back here. I'm going to take you. You can go back in there. So the Six of Swords is talking to me about leaving something behind, leaving a past behind, sorry, and moving into a new future. This is the subconscious, this is your kind of realm of things that are happening on a deeper level that you weren't necessarily aware of that were happening, that were taking place. And you've got 3 swords on each side here, so it's been quite balanced out here. And swords here again. So I feel as though it is to do with this kind of communication. But you're hooded in this. If you see this, you are hooded. You are leaving something behind, and you're doing it in a kind of hooded fashion. You've got the moon in the background, which kind of talks about things that are being kept under wraps, things that are being kept in the dark, which is kind of what I was picking up here with this energy of you not communicating your thoughts and your processes at the moment. You're kind of processing, I feel you're in that kind of energy of processing your own experiences. And there's this little frog down here as well. Frogs in Native American mythology relate to healing and like the rain, bringing in the rain, and the rain is the healing element. Water again, emotions. But there's a serenity in this card as well. There's a kind of I kind of get the same feeling again that this is about you leaving. It's like moving into a place that you or a world or a future of a kind of new vision, if you like, of seeing things differently, of leaving a past behind that was no longer working for you. Going with your instincts, going with your gut feeling, but also going with something that was again, this feeling of something, I really don't like the word hidden or secretive, but it's that kind of energy, that kind of cloaked energy of keeping something under wraps, of keeping yourself to yourself, of keeping your thoughts to yourself, of keeping your even your future, maybe, Libra, to yourself as you move forward. You're not ready to kind of reveal what it is that you've learnt, I feel, on some level. So maybe that's also what this Page of Water is about here as well, kind of the lightness and the easiness about some things that on the surface it all seems to be one way, but kind of on a deeper level there's something much, much deeper going on here. And the energy that you have moving in is the Seven of Cups. It's in reverse. So it's like the future is still in the kind of offering, or it's still in the kind of making, if you like. Seven of Cups, water again. Each cup kind of represents different potential outcomes. They all hold different potentials. It is in reverse, so I feel as though you're not really completely ready to take up any of these at this moment in time. It can also be seen as castles in the air as well, kind of just fantasies that don't actually ever make it down into the real world. They just kind of stay up there in the air, just kind of ideas or wishes or hopes, or kind of like something that's just, like I was saying, you know, fantasy, a kind of illusionary world that you may kind of build for yourself, but it never actually materializes because it's not actually brought down into the physical. But again, it's very purple. All around this is very purple, which again, I kind of get the feeling of this kind of crown chakra energy. It does, for me, relate to this Seven of Pentacles here as well, in the sense that each one of these pentacles also relates to each one of these cups, literally. So it's this kind of sense of which one do you want to work with, even? Which one are you ready or willing to work with here? And also, what are you ready, or are you going to be ready to reveal something yourself as well? So let's see what's happening for this other person here, Libra. This energetic connection. That may at the moment just be still castles in the air. It may just be something that you're attracted to, but you haven't as yet done anything about, even, Libra. Because I'm not getting a strong sense of there being, which is why I was saying, you know, it's new, it's something new, it's not something that's been ongoing. And I picked up on that quite early on. I don't know if that's why I'm not getting a sense of another person in this actual reading. It seems very much focused on your energy here, Libra. Maybe that's also what that Nine of Pentacles is about there as well. You've kind of been working on your own worth, your own growth and success. And maybe now you're thinking or feeling it's time to actually take your mind off of that and put it onto something else, like a relationship possibly. So we've got two cards. Just thinking which cards, right, okay. And they have the Seven of Swords here, which is interesting because it is that kind of secretive, hidden energy which I keep picking up on and I've kind of been talking about here, but it's not as such. But this person may be seeing you as this. This may be how you're coming across to this person, particularly if it's a new person that you're interested in here, Libra, because they don't know you, but you're kind of coming across as this kind of, I don't want to say shady or creepy, but it's kind of energy. There's this kind of like, a sense of like they don't understand. They don't understand you. It's kind of what I'm sensing here. Seven of Swords is often a card of, yeah, it's like keeping your cards close to your chest here, which is what I was saying about this energy here. It's not being divulged. There's kind of nothing. You may even feel awkward around this person, which is kind of what I was also picking up on earlier, awkwardness. And that may come over to this person as you being kind of a bit weird around them. Because there's also the Page of Swords here as well. So the Page of Swords is their covering energy. So they have this as their covering. The Page of Swords is, you may find them a little bit, it's their covering energy. So it's what's blocking them, is them also not being able to communicate with you. And if they do communicate with you, it also comes out awkwardly. It also comes out in this kind of weird bursts of kind of awkward communication. Whether that's actual physical communication or whether that's texting communication. I don't feel as though it's got to that stage yet, though. I feel as though it's still kind of at the early just managing to talk to each other stage, to tell the honest truth. Okay, so what's in this person's head about you, Libra? Oh dear. Right, well, they have the Fool energy here. So they're not sure about this new beginning either. They're not sure about whether or not you've communicated anything to them or not here, Libra. They're in a sense of something new. In their head, they're wanting something different. They're wanting something that they can trust by taking the leap of faith into it. They want to be able to trust their own feelings on something. They want to be able to take something further. It's like if he leaps off of this cliff, he's got to then kind of follow the path, and where is the path going to lead him? Which interestingly you have with the Seven of Pentacles above here as well. So in some ways you're kind of feeling that energy as well, because this is about the kind of a harvesting energy of kind of when's the right time, when's the wrong time. And this could have something also to do with the actual like approaching this person. When is it right, when is it not right? Kind of tying yourself up in knots over it as well, possibly here, Libra. But this person is ready for something new. They are ready for a new beginning. And they have the Five of Swords as the energy that they've been working with or working through for themselves. Again, more swords. It's all very intellect. It's all very in the head. And I kind of get the feeling of a lot of intellectual processes here. Like a lot of, everything's in the head. It's all in the head. That's the problem. It is literally kind of all in the head. And nothing's being communicated, or if it is, it's only being done in very, like I was saying, kind of very intermittent, kind of short conversations that kind of make both of you awkward. You feel awkward about it. You don't know how to kind of bring it into the light even. It kind of feels as though it's stuck in the dark. And so the Five of Swords is adversity. So this person could be even kind of having struggles with themselves here. They may be wanting to protect themselves from this as well. But this is Apollo. I mean, this is the sun god. Apollo, who appears in the major arcana in his higher form. Whereas in this particular case, in this form, he's appeared more as a kind of a patriarchal figure of a tradition in some ways, which is kind of interesting because this Hierophant here is also about tradition, which it's come out over the top of. So there may be a connection here between this kind of energy of heaviness. I'm still picking up this energy of heaviness, of having to kind of work through something even. Feeling like you don't have a choice. This is the other person. So they could be, I feel as though they're kind of having this discussion with themselves. They're kind of arguing with themselves about something here. Possibly also remembering something previously that they've been through that makes them feel kind of like they want to retreat away from this. And they're also feeling awkward and not ready for something here. So what's underneath in this person's subconscious? We have the Queen of Swords. Everything is in the head here. It's like everything, both of you are kind of just in your own heads. Over the top of the Six of Swords here. The Queen of Swords. She isn't wanting to get emotionally involved or attached here. And kind of what I'm picking up with this Five of Swords energy here as well. And kind of like this energy of battling with themselves over this. Like mentally having to remind themselves, in many ways, having to remind themselves how painful it's been previously. I don't necessarily think that's this relationship, but past relationships. But you have the Queen and the King of Swords here now. So this is, or has the potential to be a relationship where you can relate completely on a very kind of mental, intellectual strength. You have mental, intellectual strength here. But the emotions are being ignored. The emotions are being completely, like if you see that picture there, she's just pouring them out, pouring that water out. She doesn't want to know. She doesn't want to have any connection with that. It's all in the head, it's all the mind, all the processes are going through the head. And as I was saying earlier about the turquoise here, the turquoise is here as well. There's kind of real need for communication from the heart here. It's like you both really want to say something to each other, I feel. You both want to say how you're feeling. Because this Six of Swords is kind of moving towards the Queen of Swords energy here as well. But it's cloaked. It's cloaked. It's this energy here of being cloaked. Of not being open, of not communicating how you're feeling. And of course the energy, the air energy is Libra energy. Gemini and Aquarius energy as well. So you may be dealing with a fellow air sign here, Libra, or somebody who has a lot of air in their natal chart as well. And it could also be why the Seven of Cups is up in the air. That's what's moving in. Is it all just staying up in the air? Like I was saying, you're not bringing it down into the kind of material, physical realm. It's kind of just staying up as a fantasy land. If only this, if only that kind of energy of like, you know, this, I could do this, I could do that, I could like, you know, I could offer this, I could offer that. But at the end of the day, it's like it's just kind of just staying in your head. And they have coming in the Judgment card. The Judgment card here for me is all about laying things to rest. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about letting go of the past, letting go of the ghosts and the memories, and that's what I kind of am feeling about with this 5 here as well. This person battling this energy. This energy is kind of bigger and overwhelming to them. It's still very strongly in their kind of psyche, if you like. With this energy here as well. It's like emotions, yuck. Don't have anything to do with that. That hurts. That's painful. So these mummies here that are rising out of these coffins for me kind of relate to those ghosts and kind of past memories and situations, people that have to be kind of let go of and forgiven before we can move beyond, because it's very much in the inner realm. He's kind of down the stairs here, which for me always represents going down into the kind of more kind of emotional inner world. And literally you've got this kind of world out here, which is where you both want to be. Or where you especially want to be, whoever this relates to, is this world here. Instead you're kind of trapped in this darkness, which is again what I'm feeling here as well. This kind of darkness is kind of trapping you in behaving a certain way as well. And for those of you who may have been in relationships previously with this person, this could also be a revival here as well, like a resurrecting of something, bringing something back out of the past and into the light, which could also be this card here. There could also be elements of guilt with the 5 of Swords as well. Somebody feeling guilty. for something that they've done in the past that they can't let go of, they can't move beyond it. So let's see what the Moonology cards have to say for you here. The Moon Wisdom. What's the message for Libra? Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising. Okay. Step out of your comfort zone is what the North Node is saying here. North Node is in Gemini now, so it's also again a fellow air sign, which is why I feel there's a lot of swords around here. I do feel as though you're dealing with an air sign, a fellow air sign, or possibly, like I was saying, somebody who has a lot of air in their astrological charts. So you need to step out of your comfort zone, and your comfort zone at this time, Libra, is this kind of energy of it all being in your head and up in the air. So I feel what it's saying is, you know, if you want something to materialize here, you need to bring it down into the physical realm, which is also this pentacle realm as well. This is the physical realm. It is this kind of do I, don't I energy. Do I act on it? Do I not act on it? So let's see what we have for the light angel cards. I will pull 3 of these for you, Libra, and then I will also pull 3 from the angel blessing or the blessing angel oracle cards as well. I'm going to pull 1 from the top and 1 from the bottom, 1 from the middle, unless one falls out. If one falls out, I will just take that as the middle card. So we'll see. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and cusp Libra. Love reading, Venus direct love reading. Venus direct love reading for Libra. Okay. 1 from the top, 1 from the bottom, and 1 from the middle. And again with the angel oracle blessing cards. There's been a lot of jumping cards in your reading, Libra. Something definitely wants to communicate here. Even if you don't, they do. Okay, I'll take you, seeing as you threw yourself over there. How interesting. No. No. It's 2. Okay. Right, okay. We got 2 for the last one. Didn't quite work out how I planned it, but that's life. So, opportunity is your first card here, Libra. And it says, we are all presented with opportunities and are expected to flow with the currents that come our way. Drawing this angel card suggests that something is now being made available to you, and it is up to you to use it to your greatest advantage. That is what I'm feeling with this card here, bringing it down to physical earth realm. Be alert, be aware, and be prepared. You can, of course, make your own opportunities if you knock on enough doors, and will inevitably be opened to you. So you are also reminded to persevere, for it may be that a door which was previously locked has now been opened, a crack. Quieten your mind and ask the angels to help you. And the affirmation here is, I am ready for all opportunities. So that's really nice. I feel that kind of goes with this card here. And the angel card that came out with this is Pastures New. Angels guide you to pastures new. which is what I was kind of feeling with this energy here earlier when I was saying that it feels like it's new. It feels like something you've not experienced before, and that you're kind of being guided to grab hold of it, if you like, with both hands. So the middle card is kindness, and it says, in order to be kind, you must open your heart to the gentle qualities of caring and compassion. Be kind to yourself, have reasonable expectations, and give yourself due praise. In order to nurture the gentle quality of kindness, cherish yourself. When you do something for yourself, you automatically extend that same energy to others. Kindness melts barriers of ice around people and re-empowers those who are afraid. So reach out to the lonely, draw out the shy, include those who feel isolated, and comfort the sad. That could be what this is talking about here, Libra. Your rewards will be a sense of inner peace, warmth, and love. It says, affirmation, I am kind to myself and others. And interestingly, this came out earlier in the reading for Virgo as well, so you may want to check out the Virgo read. And it's come out with experience. And it says, embrace all your life experiences. It's kind of what I'm feeling. You're kind of processing rather than embracing. It's kind of staying in your head. It's all in your head. And lastly, we have Archangel Michael. And it says, when you are blessed with this angel card, you are guided to invoke Archangel Michael to help protect and strengthen you. He will increase your ability to deal with problems, so ask him to cut with his sword any emotional cords which bind you to people, stuck situations, or past memories. Then ask him to fill you with strength and love. So this could very well be for whoever this relates to here. He will shield you from the destructive thoughts, emotions, and actions of others. Archangel Michael works on the blue ray, giving strength and courage. Call for his help and visualize yourself wearing a deep blue cloak, securely fastened. This will place you under his protection. Literally, there he is. Or there you are, Libra. He is the master of all angels, a great warrior spirit. Within his light, you will feel more secure, have more confidence, energy, and power. That's where you're feeling at the moment. Affirmation, I am strong and protected by Archangel Michael. And maybe that's what you've been doing. Because I do feel as though there is this higher energy with this card, and something that is not being expressed. So along with the Archangel Michael card, we have confidence, which says angels bless you with confidence. Interesting. And inspire action. Angels encourage inspired action. And they are purple, which is the kind of crown chakra, and red or more orange in this one, orange and yellow, which is more the root chakra energy. Solar plexus, the three lower chakra energies. So interesting, confidence is coming out quite strongly here as well. So if you've got, I feel like with this card you have the confidence. Your confidence and self-worth is quite high, but that may be why you're not wanting to take it any further, because you may fear kind of losing that self-confidence and self-worth as well, Libra. So I'm going to leave it at that and say thank you very much for watching my video. If you have liked it, please could you thumbs it up for me, because it does really help get it out into the bigger YouTube world, where it can get put out into the kind of mainstream YouTube, gets picked up by the algorithms, more people get to see it, more people can come back to my channel and hopefully subscribe to my channel, which is kind of really what I'm aiming for at this time. If you have subscribed, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed recently or those who have subscribed previously and are watching my videos again. Thank you. I really, really do appreciate it. And also, talking to subscription or subscribing, if you haven't subscribed yet, could you please hit that subscribe bell button, get it right, and subscribe to my channel. I put out videos on all the zodiac signs. I also do the new moon, the full moon, the major kind of shifts of the astrology planets as well, like the major planets rather than the kind of more personal planets. Everything is on my channel under playlist. You'll find all my videos that I've done so far. I've put them all in playlists, so you can just go and check them out if you feel like it. Also, please tap that bell so that you can get the videos as and when I put them out. Before I forget, this kindness card also came out. I don't know if I said this earlier, but it came out in the Virgo reading, so you may want to check that out. Sometimes I say these things and I forget that I've said them. So if I have said it, I do apologise. Just want to say thank you very much again, and Libra, please take care and be kind to yourself and anybody else around you who you can be kind to, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Take care.